is Namsa here at Ngozi Talk Shows Find Your Own Voice, Lead from Within. With me today is Claudia. Pastor Claudia, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Sure. Hello, welcome everyone. I'm Claudia Prischer. I'm an intuitive energy healer and theta healer and mindset coach as well. So my gift is to identify the limitations and the blocks we all have, and actually to look at the root, why they are there and what we are experiencing as well because of them, and then as well to change them and to change them around into empowering new beliefs.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Claudia. So our topic today is how to get what you want out of life. So we're going to share our stories and how to create goals and how to achieve the things that you want in life, because you can achieve the things that you want in life only if you are willing to fight for what you believe in, and if you believe that you deserve to have this, and you can tolerate, if you can tolerate the process of getting what you want, I can tell you and I can guarantee that you can get that. So we're gonna share, me and Claudia, we have stories. We have different stories. We have different stories. Your camera is now clear, Claudia. So we have different stories. So we're going to share. And in life, we all have dreams of what our life should look like, what we want out of life. And but some people struggle basically to go for what they want because of fear. Some people know exactly what they desire, what they want, and they struggle to basically to go for what they want because they don't want to be judged by their families, by their friends, and they will prefer to make somebody happy instead of going for what they want, and to make it basically their dreams come through. So are you that person that has fear of going for what you want? So I'm basically gonna tell you this, that going for what you want, there's no magic pill for it. There is no quick fix. Yeah, you can get there, but there is no magic pill, there is no quick fix, but it requires you to have the courage. The courage when life it doesn't make sense. When everything when everything does not make sense around you, when there is too much noise around you, everyone, when you want to do something, everyone will have their own opinion, they will have something to say about it. So are you someone who is willing to cut the noise? I'm not saying give people an attitude. All I'm saying is you cut the noise. If somebody says you can't achieve what you want to achieve, instead of spending time arguing with that person, instead of spending time trying to fit in, what would you do? For me, what would I do is I just love somebody and I'll thank them for the advice that they have for me, and I'll love them, but then I'll chase my dreams. So I'm gonna ask Claudia as well, because she might have some advice as well, points, key points that she would like to share to our audience on what do you do basically from the beginning when you want to chase goals? Do you listen to the noise? What do you do? Over to you, Claudia.
Sure, thank you so much. Well, at the very beginning, obviously, it's important to have clarity, right? What it is we want, because so often, actually, I'm surprised when I work with my clients, and many of us, as well, including me in the past, before I was aware of things, we actually don't know what it is we really want, right, Nomsa? Yeah. So, and yeah, I would like you as well to tune into you, and just like as well to distinguish if you are the one who actually knows what it is you really, really want, because that's actually the beginning of the goal setting and the desires and everything. So the clarity comes first. And what works as well for me is to write down the things, and as well just like to really put them onto paper and to see as well, because then by the thing is as well, if we write things down, it's as well a different way, and it gives a bit more meaning to the goals and to everything. The pictures coming a bit better together. And you did say as well, Nomsa, that courage, I think you did say it's important, yeah, being brave enough and to take the courage as well to go ahead. This is one thing, and behind the action steps and the action taking steps, desire is very important too, you know. So what's your desire? How big is your desire to achieve this specific goal or dream in your life? So the desire, and it's quite good as well to get into the desire of this desired outcome in your life. And Nomsa, you already mentioned too as well some of the things where we don't listen to us, but we are more focused on the outer world. In regards to what I say as well, one of the next steps after the clarity is the mindset. You know, are you having the right mindset to accomplish the things and the goals in your life? So in regards to asking, why don't I already have the dream business or the dream house or my dream soulmate? Why don't I already have this in my life now? Ask yourself differently questions, which you as well mentioned, Nomsa, in regards to, do you believe it's possible for you to get this dream or thing in your life? You know, do you believe you deserve it? What are you afraid of will happen when you get this desired outcome in your life or the goal? Another good question to ask yourself is, why don't I want it? You know, why don't I want the dream business, the fully booked clients, the waiting list? Yeah. Or why don't I want the soulmate? It's just like really ask yourself, why would you not want the things to have in your life? What will others say? It's another question. You did say this as well, Nomsa, that sometimes we do something what others expect us to do, the parents, the family, in regards to fit in, or that we are not being judged or criticized. But again, you know, what are your beliefs in regards to what will others say when you get the desired outcome and the goal in your life fulfilled? And then as well, like, clear the resistance. If you have these things clear and you are more in alignment with the goal and the desired outcome, then the stuff and the goal will already happen to come much sooner to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Claudia. I love that. I love that. Basically, you have to, what you're saying, that you have to have clarity of what you want, and writing goals. I like what you're suggesting as well, that writing goals, it helps you to go back. For me, I don't write goals. I don't, if I pick on something, I have to pick on something that I need to achieve. So I can't write it down. I have to write it down in my head. Once it's in my head, the plan is in my head. I have to write down the points like every day as a journal, and then once I write that down, the everything will fall into place. And you know, like at Nkosi talk shows, we say, find your own voice, lead from within. Like what Claudia was saying, that we tend to not to listen to our own voices. We tend to listen to other people. We being afraid of what people will think when we achieve those goals. And for me, basically, what I would say is, for what she has said, add this: how do you lead? You have to ask yourself how to lead your own life. How am I going to lead my own life? Writing these goals, it means that I'm becoming a leader within. It means that I'm going to lead my life. So how am I going to do this? If you don't know how to do it and you don't have it, that will cause frustration. That will cause a disappointment. And then first, before we write our goals, we have to ask ourselves our beliefs now. Claudia spoke about values. Ask yourself about your values and beliefs and principles. Who do you believe? Everyone has somebody they believe in. For me, I believe in God. When I'm writing my goals, I have to ask God to actually hold my hands, because the goals, when you plan goals, when your plans are being threatened, you're gonna need something to hold on to. When your plans don't make sense, when life around you doesn't make sense. So if you believe in the universe, you have to understand how the universe works. If you believe in God, you have to believe in God. You can't say, "Oh, I believe in God," but when you are threatened by the problems, you are like, I I'm not sure if God exists. That's not how you create goals. So if you believe in something and you want to achieve something, you've got to stand in the promises. You have to stand in those promises that you've made for yourself. You have to stand in the promises and understand the promises of God, the promises of the universe. How does the universe work? How does God work? And first of all, ask yourself, who am I? You're surrounded by people, good people. You're surrounded by people who are going to talk you out of your problems, or you might talk yourself out of your goals, or you want to do something and people will talk you out of it. So who am I? So write down, who are you, and who do you represent? And the goals that you want to achieve, Claudia said, you write them down. Once you have the answer of all these things that you have, that means you have clarity that Claudia has mentioned. And once you have clarity of what you really, really want in life, then you are standing on the promises of what you believe to be true, that will lead you to where you need to go. And then whatever your beliefs that might be, you need to trust, fully trust those beliefs. There are no second thoughts that you can look at your friends. They're driving a nice car and you start doubting yourself. You see your friends are married and you're not married. You start doubting yourself, but you have written goals that this is what I want to achieve. You want to buy a house. You've written goals. You see your friends, they have nicer houses, and you are start questioning yourself. You start questioning your beliefs. You can't do that. If you are writing your goals and you want to achieve, writing goals, achieving your goals, it means I'm checking myself out. What garment am I wearing at that moment? Am I wearing the garment of being a follower, or am I wearing a garment, a coat, authentic coat, or authentic garment that represent who I am? The garment of true authenticity, it represents who you are. It means even when you have problems, you cannot doubt yourself, because you are individual. As the individual, you achieve your goals as the individual. You can't look at your friends or your family members and start saying, why do they have this? Why don't I have it? They have it, but you don't know how they achieved the things that they have achieved. So you need to focus on your goals. And once you understand the garment that you're wearing, the authenticity garment or the fake one. If you're wearing a fake garment, I'm afraid you're gonna have to do some personal development work. You're gonna have to pray to God to show you who you are as a person, so you can stand as individual and achieve the goals that you want. Over to you, Claudia. Would you like to add anything, please?
Sure. In regards to the goals, sometimes obviously it can seem a long time to make a goal for the end of the year, beginning of the year until the end of the year. So it can be a bit off-putting as well, yeah, depending how long that goal will take. And there's actually a good book. It's called The 8-Week Year. It basically explains us how we can make goals just for 3 months, so that we don't have the feeling it's a bit like the stretch is too long to wait and then we get demotivated, distracted and everything. It's called the 8-week year. Basically, set the goals instead of give yourself a year. Make the goals a bit more, how do you say, realigned, that you can have them already achieved in like 3 months time, which are obviously smaller goals, and it has to make sense as well for the type of things you're going in your life. So this could help you as well, just like so that you don't feel like, oh, I've got to wait all this time and so on. So absolutely the 8-week year. And so the thing is as well in regards to what you said, praying as well, I like to say as well, surrender, once we are sure what it is we like, and it's as well like surrender to it and just expect things to happen as well for you. So it's expect delivery of your desires too. So it's a bit like when you order something on Amazon and you just know it's being delivered, so you don't have to question it. So just go into this energy, into this feeling of expectations, rather than why is my stuff not there yet, and then doubts and worries. And when you get into the doubts and the worries and so on, it's a bit like you are pushing the desire again a bit further away. So it takes a bit longer. It's a bit like a push and pull energy. So I want you to realize this, and we all tend to go there sometimes, absolutely. But the point is, you realize that by doing this, you are just pushing the desire and the goal a bit further away, rather than try to practice the expect delivery, go into this. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. God or the universe is going to deliver this, and stay in this energy, and and just like do the things. You can do this as well, practicing where we all have things in our life, like small goals and achievements, where we just know they come easy to us, So just like practice this as well a bit, combined with the other goals, with new goals, so that you can stay and get always a taste as well of the things which come easy to you, that you just expect them. They come anyway, so that you get to practice as well the energy and the feeling of it is going to happen. And then as well, one important thing is to take actions, because how this universe works as well. We put our goal up, the desire for something, and then we have to take action as well. Because when we take action, it is as well like showing that we really want the stuff, and just that's how it's designed, so that the universe or God as well can come and meet us halfway. So we actually have to take this physical body and literally take physical action steps as well towards the goal. And with the action steps as well, what I like to do, like to go inside, inside meditation, or just like as well the goal, the desired outcome, and just ask as well the universe or God, what type of action is required now for me to take, so that I can get a step closer to the outcome. And then just wait and see. Maybe you don't get an insight in this very moment. It can come half day or a day later, but just afterwards, just trust that you get the information, so that you can take like soul-aligned action steps rather than just like random ones. So if you can connect to your mind or to your soul and get the guidance in regards to the next step closer to that goal, it will bring you actually as well sooner to the outcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Claudia. I like connecting your heart and your soul with your goals, because it gives you the direction where you need to go. And God, basically, when you connect with you connect everything with what you're doing. Basically it will help you. And also, each moment when you do all these things that Claudia has suggested, know that sometimes the plans may not go how we want, and sometimes life may not make sense when you're creating your goals. And it doesn't mean that you have to stop believing. It doesn't mean that you have to stop trusting, because through it all, for me, basically through it all, I've learned to trust God. And by basically every single day, what Claudia is saying, that connecting your soul, you connect your soul and connect. For me, basically, I crucify my flesh. I don't want to do things and make a decision based on what I want, because the plans, when if I make decisions based on what I want or instead of what God has created for me, because whatever God has created for me is bigger than my want. So I know my want, but then I have to say, God, I know what I want, but what plans do you have for me? And once I know those plans, once God shows me the plans that He has for me that are bigger than mine, I claim those plans. I have to claim my blessings. And claiming your blessings, it means, uh, Claudia said, you need to believe that when you buy things on Amazon, you believe that Amazon are going to deliver that product. And yes, it's guaranteed that it's going to be delivered. And goals are guaranteed that yes, your goals are going to be delivered, but they might not come on that time, on that day where you believe them
Mm,
arrive. It
mm,
doesn't mean that you have to stop believing. It does not mean that
mm,
they're not gonna come. So you have to have that courage and that belief that whatever I have asked, whether you ask the universe, whether you ask God. For me, I ask God. And when I ask God, there are no plan B. Because when I create plans, there's gonna be somebody who doesn't believe in my plans. There's gonna be somebody that is gonna tell me that I'm not good enough. There's gonna be somebody that gonna tell me that my dreams are too big, or my dreams are too small. But I have to stay focused. You have to stay focused on your dreams. You have to stay focused on your plans, because those plans, regardless of whatever will be going on in that moment, your plans that will come to pass. But only if you believe. You only have to believe. And when things don't come, what do? Like Claudia says, you have to take action. You have to keep taking action. Stand still. Standing still, it means you don't go around your mind, start Googling things, like you start believing that my dreams are not going to work. Let your mind stand still. Go into a place where you can stand still, but you still take action every single day. You cannot say, just because I'm a Christian, I'm just gonna hope that God will deliver my things and they're gonna come, God will bring them on His own. And you can't just have faith. The faith comes with action. Faith comes with you looking for people to help you. God brings angels. God helps you through people. So you have to have people that can act as mentors to help you. Mentors, it means, is those God angels that will come and say, okay, you are looking for this. I know somebody, I have a phone number, I know somebody who can help you. Like how my battle was a house. I was looking for a house, and I had to find people that can help me to find this house that I was looking for. And this house ended up taking 7 months. And it was a battle, and there was so much noise. Everyone had ideas of where I should live, where I should go, the cities where I should go. But I love to stay. I love Henley Thames where I live. It's a beautiful place. and I love here, so I had to say it, but I'm gonna stay here. I know it was locked down, and there was after lockdown, people don't move, and there's no houses in the market, no houses at all. There's quite few that comes out, but not much. It's still the same. I think now summertime, we're getting into summer, things might change. So those, I had to cut the noise. There was so much noise. I remember there were times where I would listen to the phone and somebody tells me, what about Oxford? What about Reading? Why don't you move to Reading? What about, I'm like, what about what now? I'm okay. I'm okay. We'll find a house. And I knew what I wanted, and I believe in the man that stood by me and the person that stood by me when the whole world wasn't there. So, which is me. I stood by myself. God stood by me. So whatever, when the plans don't make sense, there is a man that will hold your hand, whether you're a Christian or not. Even when things don't make sense, when the postman delivers something that is not written in your goals, that will cause a disappointment, that will cause pain. You still need to stand by the promises. You still need to stand by the promises. What does it promise? You go back to your beliefs. If you believe in the universe, I don't know what the universe promises, but all I know is God promises that if you ask in my name, I whatever you ask, I will give it to you. If you ask in my name, the doors of opportunities will be open to you because I defeated death. If you ask for healing, you will be healed as long as you're willing to receive it. So those are the promises that are in the scriptures. So I had to believe those promises without doubting him every second. But I had to find people that can help me. The mentors. You have to find people that can help you. You cannot stand alone. I had to find people that I trust, that will not sell me out, people that I trust, people that I can call and cry, and they'll be the end of the phone. They listen to me crying, and when I'm finished, they tell me how much they love me and everything will be okay. I don't cry, by the way. I'm just saying it, that some people they cry. We all respond to life in so many different ways. It's okay to cry. Many don't cry. Don't know who told them that they are strong, they should cry. But when things are hard, many are allowed to cry. That's releasing the stress, the anxiety chemicals from your brain as well. In psychology, you are allowed to cry as well. So you can cry, you can basically scream when you're writing your goals, and most of all, and believe and trust.
Mm.
Claudia.
Mhm. Sure. The thing is as
Hey,
well,
Sharon.
yeah,
Hey,
yes,
wife, I've not seen you for a long time. This woman does not love me anymore. That's my brother's wife, and she does not
yes.
love me anymore.
Oh. Hello, Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, the thing is as well, all the things we desire and the goals and so on. I want you to know as well, it's your birthright. Yeah, it's your birthright to have all the things you desire and you would love to have, and God and the universe as well wants you to have everything you desire. It's just really fact. And yeah, so for the goals as well, sometimes we have to consider as well, there's something like a gestation period. So depending what it is you would like to acquire in your life, it can take several months, or
Yeah,
it can just take time. So we have to be realistic as well. So for example, the gestation period of the child is 9 months. So it's just to understand that it has to be as well realistic. We can't go when something is designed to take so and so long time. We just can't be impatient and say like, give me, give me, give me. It's not working like this. And obviously patience as well as a very big virtue we are here as well to acquire and to learn as well in this lifetime. And then Nomsa, you did say as well, like, yeah, the right people. surround yourself with the right people, like in your case, where they gave you all the ideas, move here or move there, and so on. I like always to say, surround yourself with the cheerleaders and stay away from the dream stealers and naysayers, depending what it is they tell you about your thing, or the goal. If it's impossible to do this now, or impossible to start your own business through COVID, just like, you know what I mean? Just like really stay away from these type of people when you have your goal and your desire. It doesn't really help you. So surround yourself with the cheerleaders, because these are the ones as well who are on your wavelength, and they are encouraging and helping and motivating you. So that's as well important, with whom you surround yourself with, and don't let yourself be talked after out as well. And the momentum. So there is as well, it's called a law of momentum. So it's always good to put action into something and then to keep the momentum here. Because once you are in this energy and you put in the action and you do it over and over again, and then it's like by itself, this new thing, it's starting to take a life on its own, It can be the business or the new project in regards to find a house or whatever it is, just like at some point, if you put energy into it over and over again, it just takes its life by itself. And then it's easy as well to get the next step and the next idea, and someone will come around to give you as well some opportunities or help in regards to this. So this is why it's important to take momentum, to understand it as well, and to stay in it as well, because once it's done, it's going to be easy as well.
Thank you so much, Claudia. I like that. Once it's done, it's going to be easier. Is just to basically surround yourself with the cheerleaders. I love that because when you surround yourself with good people, good friends, and it will help you to achieve the goals that you want to achieve, and also understand have this big why do you want to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. And once you understand, like what Claudia was saying, that stay away from dream stealers and people that will talk you out of your dreams and stuff. For me, basically, I have this thing where I've learned it from a very young age from my dad, that if I want to achieve something, and I have two fathers, by the way, and they both taught me that if I want to achieve something, I need to focus on whatever I want to achieve in life, and cut the noise as well. When you cut the noise, it helps you, because like I said before, when you're doing whatever you want to do, everyone will have some ideas on how you should do it, what you can do, and what you can't. And for me, basically, it's important for me to get professional. I'm surrounded by different coaches from all walks of life, so I pick which one that basically can help me to achieve my goals. So unfortunately, the problems that I was going through, Claudia can help me when I talk to her, Dr. Biget, and Carol Ann. I think all of you guys, you basically complement the problems. It's one umbrella, different voices. And, it helps you when you ask different people. For me, basically, I had to deal with I had to do the meditation or connecting with my inner child, because when you are doing things, there might be a blockage based on your childhood. So I had to deal with the conflict from my inner child and the conflict. And when you deal with that, it helps you to release whatever, because when we grow up, we don't know what we go through, but our subconscious mind within knows exactly the things that we are holding, the things that happened, or anything that happened to our parents as well. So I had to deal with all those things, breaking the chains. And once you break the chains and you pray as well. Claudia, did you send me? Uh, okay. Once you break the chains and you learn how to break the chains, and you have good leaders as well, and a good leader could be just somebody that understands you, and the person that is like a mentor to you, or just a professional who is a mentor. And you have to do so many things to make sure that you achieve the things that you want based on your story. And for me, my story, it was that I needed to achieve something. And when I needed to achieve something, when you know this is what I want to do, but then you believe in God, there's gonna be somebody that is gonna say no to your dreams, and you need to learn to fight. And learning to fight, it means you have to, the enemy, the person that is your enemy, they need to know what you can tolerate, what you can't tolerate. For me, basically, it means that I cannot tolerate somebody standing in my way of my dreams. I cannot tolerate anything that is negative. That means I love people. That means I love God. And when I want to achieve something, if I have to scream and my neighbors hear me screaming, it doesn't matter as long God can hear me. It means that I have to cry out. And it means that I have to find out. I cannot, it means I cannot be saying I'm right with these things like I'm right. I have to find a way to the solution of my problems. That means wherever I should feel shame, I need to feel I need to cleanse myself with the blood of Jesus instead of feeling shame to ask Claudia for help. I cleanse myself to have the courage to approach Claudia and say, Claudia, this is what I'm going through. Could you please give me some advice? Some people are ashamed of asking for help. Some people, they feel guilty when they have problems. They feel guilty because they believe that they shouldn't go through this, or they believe that when they're having problems with relationships or anything, they believe that I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done this. How would you know if you have not done what you've done? So you shouldn't feel guilty. You shouldn't feel ashamed of asking for help. If your goals, you get stuck, have the courage to approach somebody that you believe that has the knowledge to help you. When you ask somebody, you are asking them to give you the knowledge, the principles that they have used to achieve what they have achieved. And for me, basically, Claudia, I had to ask you, how did you achieve to buy your own house, your own home? And we had to talk about it after the talk show. We would talk about it, and and you give me some points, and I wasn't ashamed of asking, because I don't have to know everything. Do we need to know everything, Claudia? I don't have to know everything. So you have to have somebody that basically wears the garment of authenticity, true authenticity, which is the code.
Mhm.
Basically, you not the fake one, where you are a fake person, and when you struggle, you don't want to approach people that and let them know that I have problems. So you have to wear your true authenticity code and ask people for help if it's necessary. And don't be ashamed. Don't feel guilty. Breaking the chains, it means you ask for help, you ask for professional, and you will get to where you need to be. Once you have the courage and you have the, the strength, You need the strength to fight. You will need the strength when the dreams. Claudia said, give yourself 3 months to write your goals and to achieve the goals. But when 3 months comes and your goals does not come to pass, you need strength, not to hide under the cupboard and say, I'm out. This is not working. You need the strength to keep fighting and keep taking action. Once you have the strength and you have the people that you trust that can help you, you're good to go. And the only thing that you need to also is to prioritize. What are your priorities? You can't just take every plan that comes your way the easy way out. So you have to prioritize what is important to you, and then you prioritize that and achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Over to you, dear.
Yeah. I just felt I would like to mention as well once more that we should not feel ashamed when we experience something, a challenge in our lives, to reach out for someone to help, because we all go through challenges in our lives, but these are our learnings on the way only. So if you can see it like this, it helps actually as well to take the charge of it. These are learnings on the way, and we all have them, and we attract people and situations to teach us virtues and lessons, and we can call them challenges, but the main thing is that we always have like people outside who are trained actually as well and qualified to work as a mirror when you reach out to them, because sometimes obviously it's good to do the meditation and the journaling, the questions I mentioned at the beginning. Absolutely, it's always good to train us as well to get the insight inside of us. But the good thing as well to work with someone is we get to see the mirror basically of us, because the thing is as well, sometimes we don't want to see the whole truth, still on some level, the challenge or the situation or the block we have is serving us in some way. And this is the good thing, to reach out and to ask someone to show you, because down the line, if you did a few sessions, you will figure out as well how to be able in the future to solve problems faster, to how to deal with your challenges and so on. So it is just basically investing in yourself. Yeah. So just, it's a good point. And the other thing is as well, what Nomsa said is we have to have a good why, like a really good, juicy, strong why it is we would love to have our goal or the desire in our life, because down the line, we get a bit like sidetracked, right? Life gets busy again. We have to do the mundane things in life, and we forget about, and we tend even sometimes to self-sabotage, or we can get some beliefs inside of us in regards to, oh, it's not working for me. So this is why it's good as well to have a strong, juicy why, which you can write down, pin it somewhere on your desk, on the fridge, because I'm sure we all will have a bit of a downer sometime. It's the nature of us, and then it's good to go back to your why, read it. This is why I would like you to write it as a statement, so that you can go straight back to it, read it, and that you get this way inspired again, and which will keep you as well back on track, so that you don't stay too long in this low vibe without where you doubt yourself, doubt the idea, the goal, your worthiness, and so on. So yeah, a very good and strong, juicy why.
I like that, Claudia, where you say sometimes we self sabotage and doubt as well. And you mentioned doubt, and I think having a big why is very, very, very important. And Um, for me, basically, when I'm making a decision, and like what I said before, that my decisions, basically, I make my decisions based on what God wants for me. Basically, I fast. And then when I fast, before I make a decision, I have to ask God, what plans does He have for me? Is there any hidden secret blessings that I could have that I don't know anything about it? And once I have that idea of what I could have, and I have to check me out. And like Claudia was saying, is sometimes we're scared because we lie to ourselves that we are happy, but we are not happy. And for me, if I'm feeling that I'm lying to myself, I call myself a liar. By the power in the blood of Jesus, Nomsa, you are a liar, because you know that what you think that you want is not what you really want. This is what you want. So I have to say out loud, whatever I want, whatever I desire, I have to say it out loud. And I have to believe that God is going to give me the things that I desire in life. And once you believe that, not everybody believes in God, but for me, that's my beliefs. I have to believe it. And for those who are Christian, you cannot say 1 minute you believe in God, when you have problems, you don't believe in Him. You're like, I'm confused, because God gets confused as well. If you are confused, He's like, you want me when I'm delivering the things that you want. When your life is being tested, you get confused. So if you feel like you get confused, it's normal. And if you feel fear, it's normal. That's why you have people that can help you, which is the mentors. So it could be a coach, a professional coach, a mentor, it could be your husband, it could be your wife. A man is a provider, a woman is a provider, a man is an architect. He designs life for his family. When he designs life for his family, the woman, she's a mentor. She makes sure that the plans that the husband has put in place, they come to pass. So that's why a woman has to, when you write goals, like if you're married or you are not married as a single person, or you basically living your life, you are single, or you are a child, you go to school, you write your goals, and then you ask your parents to support you with your goals, pray for you. If you are a Christian, your husband, if he present a plan as a woman, you mentor him. You don't scream, you don't shout, you mentor him for that plan to come to pass. And if there is fear, it's normal. Fear will never go, will always be there. There's always going to be this voice inside of you that will tell you that you're not good enough. You have to make sure that you override that voice and say, no, I am good enough. No, I can achieve the things that I want to achieve. No, yes, I can be who I want to be, as long I'm willing to tolerate the stress, and I'm willing to tolerate to find the people that can help me to achieve the things that I want. And self-sabotaging is that person that they create goals, and once they fear something, and instead of, or maybe sometimes your coach, you have a coach, you blame your coach that they're not good enough, they're this. So that self sabotaging. So you have to be somebody that when life it doesn't make sense, you sit down and you look at the path that where you're, is this path working? If it's not working, how can I rewrite it? As a, you have to be able to rewrite your own story, rewrite your goals. If they are the goals that you've written, they are not working, rewrite them. And once you rewrite those goals, uh, and then you keep going, you don't live in faith, you don't live in hoping that things will happen without taking action. Your faith comes with hope, hope comes with action, action comes with you Making phone calls means you make phone calls where it's necessary. You write emails when it's necessary, seeking help. It means that when you don't hear from somebody, you don't say, "Is this person really taking me serious?" No, you have to find this person and until you find that breakthrough that you are looking for. And also, you have to understand the danger of dreams. What do you understand about the danger of dreams, Claudia? You know, when you're writing goals and dreams, there is a
Mm,
danger in it. So I just want to hear Claudia's version. How does she
mm.
understand the danger of the dreams?
Let me just see. Let me just see the danger of dreams. When you write the goals, oh, you're muted. You are muted.
Yeah, when the
Yes.
danger of the
Yeah.
dreams, like
Mm,
when you write, when you like you say you write down the goals
mm, mm,
and you have a picture
mm,
of,
mm,
like, let's say you have a picture of what you want,
mm,
where you need to go,
mm,
and then you ask help to God or the
mm,
universe.
mm.
What's the danger of that? Do you understand? Have you ever like realized the danger of it or not yet?
No, I didn't get it like this way, but I reckon as well. Okay, the thing is as well, depending what type of goals you set, fear can come up, or that voice which you mentioned, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
the voice which will always be there. It's the voice, it's the part of us which tries to keep us safe. Yeah, yeah. It's the part of us which tries to keep us safe. And for us, it's important to understand every time when we want to do something new, which we haven't done before, we will always be a bit anxious or nervous or fearful about it. And just like as well to understand that these emotions are normal and they will always be there. That could be a bit like, a dangerous thing when you fall into it, and that you when you let this stop you actually as well, yeah, rather than embrace and understand it's you've been in your safe zone,
yeah,
and that voice wants to keep you in your safe zone because it's its job, trying to keep you safe. But obviously you want to step out of the safe zone to do something new, something unfamiliar in regards to get the desired goal. And that voice will always try to come up with some stories or things to keep you inside. And for you to understand this can
yeah,
actually be quite liberating and freeing, because then you accept a bit of feeling nervous when you have to do something new, to talk on stage or to go online on social media, whatever it is, or to talk to people about your opportunity. Yeah,
yeah.
or to go out on a date after being single for so long time. I guess you will always be nervous when you go out on a date, it's just like it's just because it's something new, you're getting out of your comfort zone. And for you to understand this will help you big time. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Claudia. And also the danger of the dreams. You know, the danger of the goals and
Mm,
dreams,
mm,
and you know, the dreams that we see in one stage of life, it might come out in a different dimension. So that is the danger of life. So you might ask God and say, God, my favorite car is Ferrari,
mhm,
and somebody comes in with an Aston Martin.
mhm,
And so if you are somebody who basically stuck in that dimension of your own
mhm. Okay.
realm,
See what you
so
mean.
there
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
danger in that. So you have
Oh,
to
yeah.
understand the danger of dreams. That it's like, you know, when it comes to relationship, there are some people that basically they will write down they'll say, I'm single, but I'm looking to enter a relationship. I'm looking for a man. I'm looking for a woman. And they will look at David Beckham, George Clooney, you name it, the list goes on of the good looking guys. And they'll be like, I want somebody that looks like David Beckham, somebody that looks like this, somebody that looks like this. And there is a that is dangerous. When you are writing your goals and you are asking God and you are asking the universe to give you whatever you want the universe to give you, the dream might come in a different way. The danger of writing goals, the goals might come in a different dimension that you might not even recognize uh, from the original one. You may not even recognize as the original dream. It will be different, but it's still the same. It might come different than you
Yes.
expected. So that's why it's important to have an open mind.
Yes.
Don't
No,
get
Sam.
stuck in a
Yes.
place where I said I want this.
Mm.
Just look at the dimension, how the
Mm.
universe, there are so many galaxies. God
Mm.
is not standing still in one place.
Yeah.
He knows, he will look at you and look at your situation and say, okay, this is what you've been through, this is what you want. When I wrote my goals, I was single at the time, looking for a man. I was like, I don't like these guys that, like these guys, they go to the gym 7 days a week. They
Mm-hmm.
focus on their body, good looking guys.
Mm.
And so many things that I did. But there was one thing that I did. I said, God, you know my story. You know what I've been through. Give me the man that is going to complement what I've been through.
Mm.
And the guy that I thought that I didn't want, the guy that goes 7 days a week. And when I go out, I don't drink, I don't smoke. When I go out, I don't look for the guys. I don't take the guys serious that drinks. So I was in that moment where the dreams, God, he said, Nonsa, you said you needed a man. Here's the guy for you. But this guy goes to the gym 7 days a week. And then that night he was drunk, celebrating his mom's birthday. And here's me, I'm standing here. The guy is telling me that actually you're beautiful. I'm like, I don't take you serious because you are drunk and you don't know what you're talking about. So that was God giving me this man. And he says to me, give me your number and I'll show you that I'm serious. And he gives me his number. I give him my number. I'm laughing. Basically, I'm like, you won't remember me tomorrow. So I didn't hear from this guy for 2 weeks. And then he calls me back. He's like, how are you? Would you like to go out for me? No, I'm like, I've forgotten about you. You still remember? He's like, yes, of course. So at that moment, he was the guy that I wouldn't dream of. He was too good looking. I wouldn't dream of dating him because it's the mindset that I had at that moment, that time. My mindset wasn't in the right place. So as I developed myself, and now I'm coming to an understanding that the dreams that you want, when you say you want this, you can say it out loud, but at the same time, you have to ask God to give you the things that He thinks is going to make you happy. And when that man is represented or a woman is represented, it might be the woman that you wouldn't dream of dating, but you remember what's on the inside of a person is greater than what's on the outside. It might be a man that you wouldn't dream of dating. Remember, what's on the inside of a person is greater than what's on the outside. And it might be you go to a rich place, like where I live, I'm surrounded by celebrities, whoever you name it, billionaires, whatever you name it. But when I told people that, okay, I'm going to move to Henley on Thames, and everybody said, I don't think so. And I was like, why don't you think so? That was 2010, 2009, and people were like, it's a very, very expensive place. And I was like, if this is an expensive place and it's a nice area, I'm sure there is a house specific for me that I'll be able to afford as a person. And everyone thought that I was crazy. You name it, the noise, you're crazy, you're bonkers, you're this, you're this, you name it. But I knew that when you want something and when you ask God, whatever your beliefs that might be, you will achieve the things that you want. I moved to Hanley. My life has changed completely. And I'm glad that I've made that move. I'm glad that I believed in me and I believed in God. So sometimes it's very, very important to take a risk and and believe in yourself. And lockdown came. We're doing ghost talk shows. We didn't believe that I didn't know that I was gonna end up doing talk shows. And tomorrow I'm going to meet David Beckham's wife and all these list of the people that are going to be on that event. And hopefully Desmond will be there. Somebody, no one is going at Ngozi Talk Shows. So these guys were invited at Ngozi Talk Shows to the event specific. But I don't think, Claudia, are you going?
No, no, I
Yeah,
unfortunately
these
not.
guys are not going. I think it's just out of everybody. I think it's just me that is going because
Mm,
I think people, they are like, maybe they've
mm,
forgotten about it. The invitation
mm,
was 2 months
mm,
ago, so I think everyone
mm,
has forgotten about it. So I'm going to the event tomorrow with them,
mm, mm,
and when I finish, I'm
mm,
going to go to have a chat with them. That's the
mm,
invitation. So all
mm,
those opportunities, we wouldn't have it if we didn't have Ngozi talk shows or I didn't have my own business. I wouldn't have it. But those
mm,
opportunities came because somebody believed in me. And I believed that, yes, I can be surrounded by those people, even if they are not bigger than God. God is bigger than everybody. So everyone is equal. So I believe that those opportunities are there because I have the courage to accept them. So I'm hoping that somebody's coming with me. So I'm not gonna be here to go to talk shows tomorrow. Carol Ann is
mm,
run the show. I'm going to find the other opportunities for everybody. So
mm,
that's what I will be doing tomorrow, guys.
mm.
And Claudia, do you have anything to add before we leave?
Yeah,
And the
sure.
words of
Yeah.
encouragement or add something to what I've just said.
Yeah, like a little tool, just a simple affirmation we can say, write down, take anywhere where we can see it and say it throughout the day. I am so happy and grateful now that dot dot dot, and then we fill in the blank, just like write it down, whatever it is, just like reflect it as well towards your goal and just say it as well, and say it as well with emotion, like Tony Robbins is always doing as well, stay there, stand upright, shoulders back and go into this feeling rather than slouching and saying the things, obviously, yeah, when you have this position and then you say the things, I'm so happy and grateful now that, yeah, so just like really, yeah, write down your affirmation and say it, find time throughout the day and say it with emotion, and take attention of your posture as well, yeah, strong and upright. Standing as well, ideally, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Mm,
so grateful and I'm standing in the promises. Whatever is going on in my life,
good.
I'm
Yeah,
standing in the promises and I'm claiming those promises.
yeah.
So I cannot have problems and I cannot compare my life with anybody else because my life
Mm,
is unique.
Yes.
Even though when I'm having problems now, I know that God is going to fulfill his promises.
Mm.
Just go to the scripture, whatever you believe in, go to the scripture and believe and claim the promises and claim whatever you believe to be true about yourself, about your life, and prioritize your values, your beliefs, have principles in place, and don't talk you out of what God has in store for you, because his job is not you, not it, the enemy's job is to demote you. God's job is to promote you. So have the courage within to go for the things that you want in life. No one can. No one can do it. Can go and go for the things that you want. Only you
Mm.
that can go for the things that you want. So I'm going for what I want. I believe that God has in store for me. So you have to make sure that you ride your own horse. In the book of life, there is a horse that you're meant to ride, which is the horse of success. There is a house that you're meant to occupy, which is the house where your dreams, everything is stores. And you have stars, seven stars. Seven stars, it means you can be who you want to be. But if the enemy finds out you have seven stars, they want to snatch it out of you and transfer it to somebody else. And the book of life, you just claim the promises that God
Mm.
has for you. And we are here at Ngozi Talk Shows Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. UK time. And please get in touch with our coaches if you would like any help. Find your own voice, lead from within. And God bless and
Mm.
have stay blessed.
Bye-bye.
Okay.